Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video is all about a manifestation mid-year check-in. So I did one of these videos for the first time last year and you will absolutely loved it. So now that we're in June, now that we're halfway through the year, I thought this was the absolute perfect time to give you a yummy mid-year check-in practice that you can follow to check in with yourself, check in with your manifestations, and attract even more abundance to you for the remainder of the year. There are so many benefits to doing a mid-year check-in, which I'm going to go through in this video, and I really hope this is going to serve you and you're going to have lots of fun doing this little check-in practice because it is so refreshing to do. It does help you to reset the energy and it just helps to align you back with your goals, with your visions for the year, and gives you new clarity and direction as well. So if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 2 times best-selling author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queen's Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 8 years. So why is a mid-year review important then, I hear you ask? So for me, these are so like a non-negotiable for me, because at the end of the day, when we get to June, we're here at the summer solstice portal as well on Wednesday, the 21st of June nearly. So we're kind of in that energetic container, so to speak, of manifestation. Now, I am doing a summer solstice ritual video for you, and also a summer solstice meditation that you can follow. So actually those 2 videos are going to go so nicely with your mid-year check-in if you want to tie this in with the summer solstice, because the energies are actually very similar and really complement each other. So whilst we're at this kind of like halfway point during the year, we're hitting summer solstice, manifestation, opportunity, new beginnings, all that energy is there and ripe. It's the perfect time for us and the perfect energy for us to really reset, renew, realign, and reevaluate what our priorities, our goals, and whatever is for the rest of the year. Because as we go through the year, distractions happen, life happens, things happen, and we can kind of find ourselves sometimes off course, or sometimes we get to that mid-year point and we think, gosh, like I just wish I'd achieved more by now, or I feel behind, or maybe you actually just want to stop and have that moment to celebrate everything that has come into fruition for you this year. So there's so many benefits to doing this mid-year review, from celebration, from gratitude, from taking stock of all the abundance that has come your way so you can attract even more abundance to you for the remainder of the year. And even if you're not quite where you want to be just yet, you've still got 6 months, you've still got next year. So actually mid-year check-ins are just a great sometimes kick up the bum that we need to really just get back on track with our goals, check in with ourselves, and make sure they're still aligned as well, because we do not want to be manifesting something that doesn't feel in alignment anymore. So actually our goals and manifestations can absolutely grow and develop and evolve over time. So it's important that we have this little check-in with ourselves to make sure that actually it still feels good, and actually that's still what I want to work towards. So then you have that clarity, which means that clarity is going to be echoed to you through the universe, through that divine mirror. So the more clarity that you show up with in life, that clarity will manifest to you through your manifestations, through clear, concise abundance. So it's really important that we have that clarity and awareness with ourselves as well, so that we do have that clear direction and movement moving forwards and momentum. So in your mid-year check-in, I am going to be giving you some fantastic journaling prompts to journal upon today. They're a little bit different from last year's, just so you can check in with yourself, check in with your desires and goals, and just, bring anything to the surface, bring anything to your awareness that might need to be worked upon. So I'm really excited for you to journal upon these, and of course I've written them all down in the description below for ease. So if I'm talking too quickly or you want to sit down and do it at your own pace, you can have a look at them in the description below. But the reason why we do a mid-year check-in is because we want to celebrate. And how often do we actually truly celebrate ourselves, celebrate our wins, celebrate every win in life, celebrate our abundance? So when we take the time and take stock of our abundance, of what we've achieved, of our own progress, emotional wins, physical wins, whatever it is, we attract more abundance to us, because as we know with the law of attraction, what you give gratitude towards only multiplies, right? So when we take stock and have this moment to think, wow, like look how much I've achieved already in these 6 months. Look how much abundance has come to me. Look how incredible my life is, or actually like how awesome that I've like ticked all these things off my yearly goals already. You know, even if it's one thing that you've manifested so far this year, maybe it's not half, maybe it's not all of it, but maybe it's just one thing. It's taking that moment to really express your true gratitude for that thing, to again amplify more of those emotions, amplify more of the things that you want to attract into your life. So the next part of your mid-year check-in is oracle cards. So I love to pull an oracle card just to see what the energy of this mid-year check-in is, you know, the energy that we should be focusing on and, you know, connecting to with our mid-year review, or just, you know, in general from day to day. So the first card I've pulled is from my Manifesting Rituals deck that is coming out August the 17th, because of course, you know, you want to see the cards, of course I'm going to pull one. So this is the first card that has come forward. And it says, my intuition knows the way and is always guiding me, with a beautiful little image of the third eye there. So I definitely feel like this really resonates with this time of the year, because again, it's about that realignment, recharging, reconnecting, and knowing that our intuition is always guiding us, right? It is always guiding us. We can always follow that inner compass, that inner guidance, and know, does that goal still feel in alignment? Do I still feel aligned with where I want to go? Am I still taking those actions towards where I want to be? So connecting to your intuition is really, really important during this time to see, okay, how do I feel? How do these goals feel to my body? How do I still feel in alignment with this? Do I still feel like this is getting me closer to where I want to be? So actually, I love this card because I think it is that a reminder for us that to tune into that innate wisdom, tune into our bodies, ourselves, to see how we're feeling. Do we feel regulated? Do we feel good? Or do we still feel like happy and in a good place? Because if not, then that's, you know, all part of the mid-year check-in as well. The next card is from Rebecca Campbell's The Rose Oracle. Again, another one of my favorite decks to use. It's so beautiful, all of the artwork. And this card is the Wild Rose, which is so ironic because I've literally posted about roses this morning on my Instagram. So I was like, ha ha ha, universe, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness untamed. And I love this message, especially with this time of year, because it's that reminder once again of tap into that intuition, tap into your uniqueness, tap into your own path. Don't compare yourself, don't compare your journey to somebody else's, don't compare your mid-year review to somebody else's. This is your unique journey, your gifts, your talents. It's doing it your way, right? Your manifestations are your way. So I think this is just a really lovely reminder of tap into your intuition. It's always there and it's always guiding you. And don't forget to do it your way. Don't forget to be your unique self and unapologetically shine like the roses do. You can also do this review at any point. If you're watching this video in July, August, September, don't panic. You can still absolutely get some really great insight and really great goodness from doing this ritual that we are about to do. So don't panic if you've missed June. Don't panic if you're literally watching this at the end of June, whatever. This video still makes sense and you're still going to have that powerful reset, even if we have just gone past the summer solstice. So let's move on to our journaling and prompts then. Don't forget they are written below in the description as well, so you can read along with them and write them down as we're going through each one. So your first question is, are your goals still in alignment here and now? And this is a really important question to ask yourself because things change. We up level, we grow, our vision changes and up levels, and it's perfectly okay to change your mind. It's perfectly okay to up level your desires with where you are now. So doing a mid-year check-in is that perfect opportunity to really ask yourself openly and honestly, do I still want that thing? Does that still feel good? And maybe why does it not feel good anymore? Your next question is, what have I learned so far throughout this year? And this is a really great question because it really gets you to connect back to yourself, connect back to that intuition, and look at what lessons have come up for you so far. Like, what have been your biggest challenges? What have been your biggest hurdles? What have you grown through this year so far? What valuable lessons have come to the forefront for you and shaped the first 6 months of this year? One of our favorite questions is, what have I manifested this year so far? Of course, so I want you to write down a list of all the things that you have manifested. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is fantastic for creating more abundance and attracting even more abundance into your life through the power of gratitude. But again, this is just a great moment to take stock and actually truly celebrate yourself. The whole point of a mid-year check-in is to celebrate yourself, celebrate the season, celebrate your desires. So actually take that moment to celebrate you. Get really thorough with this. Write down every single thing that you can remember. I tend to go through my camera roll just to remind myself of things that happened, because 9 times out of 10 I will forget things. So I do go through my camera roll and I look back and say, oh yeah, that happened, and oh yeah, we did that, and oh yeah, that manifested. So actually sometimes doing that and having those visual prompts can remind you of all the things you've manifested and done so far this year. Your next question is, what do I need to let go of? Now, a mid-year review and even summer solstice energy really is about release. It's about release, renew, and that rejuvenation of energy, that reset. So actually, although we're past the full moon and we're actually heading towards a new moon, it's still important to release anything and let go of what hasn't maybe served us over the last 6 months or even recently. So really tune into what you can let go of so that you're going into summer solstice and these next 6 months with clear, concise energy, and you're not carrying any burdens or weights with you. Your next question is, what would I like to experience or manifest for the rest of the year? So get clear. In your summer solstice practice that we do, we're going to be focusing specifically more on the next 3 to 6 months. You could do 3 or 6 months up until the autumn equinox or the end of the year. But with this specific mid-year check-in, I actually want you to focus on those 6 months. So at the winter solstice, 21st of December or end of the year, where would you like to be? What experiences or feelings or emotions would you like to cultivate and enjoy over the next 6 months? Your next prompt is, what am I grateful for? We know that gratitude is always the best attitude in life, but really reflect upon here and now in this abundant, joyous season of summer. What can you express gratitude for? Where are you feeling called to express and give that gratitude? Your next journaling prompt is, where was I 6 months ago and where am I now? So with this prompt, focus on what has changed in your life. Like for me, oh my gosh, huge things have changed. I'm in a whole different house for one, but where were you 6 months ago and where are you now? What has shifted in your life? I guarantee you're in a different season of your life from where you were in January. We all are. Time is moving so quickly now and things change, oh my gosh, so quickly. So where are you now? Even if you're somewhere where actually you're thinking, I don't want to be here, Emma, that's okay. Witnessing where you are doesn't mean you have to stay there. Doesn't mean that you're stuck, right? We are always flowing and ebbing with life. This too shall pass. And before you know it, we're in a whole different season and a whole different experience of our lives, right? So this too shall pass. So use this prompt as a reflection tool to witness where you are. Maybe that's a really happy place and you're like, oh my gosh, I've come so far and I'm so grateful and appreciative of that. Or maybe actually you're like, I've got some work to do, but taking that time to reflect upon this reminds me of exactly what's not working so I can take the action to be where I want to be within the next 6 months. Your next prompt is, does my life feel in alignment? If not, why? So what I mean by alignment is, you can feel, and I think alignment is definitely a level of joy, so how much joy you're feeling in your life, but do you feel in alignment with yourself? Do you feel in alignment with your goals? It's kind of like a double-ended question there. So first of all, think about, do you feel in alignment with yourself first and foremost? And then do you feel in alignment with your desires and goals? And it's okay if you don't. Again, this is literally an exercise to highlight maybe some things we haven't had time to focus on, or maybe some things that we need to focus on moving forward. So if you don't feel in alignment as a whole or with one, within yourself or with your desires, why? Journal upon why you maybe don't feel in alignment, because that's going to give you some great secrets and clues of where you can shift things and come into alignment. Your next prompt is, what can I celebrate in my life right now? Like I said, this is the perfect time of year to celebrate all your wins, all your successes. So I want you to write down as many things you can celebrate right now about yourself, emotional wins, physical wins, anything that you've overcome this year. Manifestations can kind of go in this as well. So what are you celebrating right now? Celebrate yourself. What can you celebrate? What have you achieved this year so far? And those things don't just have to be manifestations. Like I said, it can be emotional wins. It could be things like finishing your dissertation at uni. It could be passing your driving test. It could be having the courage to have a difficult conversation. It could be, oh my gosh, so many different things, right? So really think about celebration as a whole. It's maybe not always the most obvious things. Like sometimes celebrating even the smaller things is just as powerful and equally important. Your next question is, what is your mantra for the rest of the year? So if you joined my 5-day manifesting challenge in January, or you followed any of my kind of like New Year reset work, you would have hopefully set a mantra or word for 2023. So reflect upon this word and see, does it still feel in alignment? How have I embodied that so far? And what energy or what word or what embodiment do I want to embody over the next 6 months? So do I still feel that word is my theme for this year, or do I want to mix it up? Do I want to add another word? It's perfectly okay to do that. But I really want you to think about what word you can embody over the next 6 months. What mantra, what word? For me, I just tend to pick one word. Some people like to pick an affirmation. So see what you feel called to do. Maybe it's an affirmation of, I am grounded and centered. I don't know, something like that. Or maybe it's a word of grounded or centered or peace or abundance or travel or movement or joy. So there's so many different energies that you could embody, but I really want you to tune in and use that intuition, as our card said, to identify what energy you want to embody for the rest of 2023. Your next prompt is, where would I like to be by December? So winter solstice. And again, you've probably identified a few of those things through the previous prompts and through your goal setting for December. But now you have the kind of above information, the above answers to those prompts. Where would you like to be in December? That could be a physical thing of where in the world would you like to be, but actually it could also be like, where would you like to be emotionally? Where would you like to be physically? Where would you like to be energetically? So if there's any goals, or maybe it's like you would like to train in something or read. For me, my goal is to read 12 books this year. So where would I like to be? Or would I like to have finished those 12 books this year, for example? So it could again be a very different goal for everybody writing this, but just think about and tune into where you would really like to be this December. Your next prompt, inspired by summer solstice, is, what area of my life do I need to shine some light on? And again, this is inspired by the summer solstice, but a great question to ask ourselves, because sometimes we do need to have that little check-in, right? Where we're like, okay, what area of our life is not feeling so great? Where can we put our energy, our intentional energy and light towards to really transform that area of our life? So this is a great opportunity to shine with that summer solstice energy and light. Shine the light upon maybe something you've been avoiding, maybe something you haven't had time to focus on recently, which is actually going to give you so much success and supercharge everything else in your life. I have clients who come to me and say, I've got a money block, for instance. And actually, when you dive into it, the block is actually in another area of their life, but they think it's their finances, they think it's this thing. And sometimes it generally can be. But I always find that it's always the area that we're avoiding is where the inner work needs to be done. So if you feel really resistant to an area of your life, in my book, Positively Wealthy, which is up here, and Hurt, Healing, Healed, I also have Positively Wealthy wheel and Unconditional Love wheel, which is like a life wheel. And I'll put a picture here of a life wheel so you can have a little look. So it's got a section of like every area of your life. So rate it out of 10. You could draw a graph like this and color it in, or literally just write the areas and then rank them out of 10. But normally I would say focus on the area that is the lowest score, because that has or holds the most potency and opportunity for abundance and up-leveling to come through working through that area. So sometimes it's only when we do these exercises that we realize actually that there's some work there to be done, and that normally holds the secret to the rest of the abundance blocks, or feeling that joy in all areas of your life. So I really encourage you to look at where you can shine that light in your life so that you are inviting in more abundance, more joy, and feeling good as a whole. And last but certainly not least is, where do I need to take action in my life over the coming months? So again, a mid-year check-in would not be complete without some action, right? You know, it's fantastic that we are writing these down, we're reflecting, we're journaling, we're looking openly and honestly at this. But then where do we take it from here? We need to have action. We need to have a plan of action moving forward. So this prompt is fantastic for really encouraging you to put wheels in motion, you know, take that action now, take that first step to let the universe meet you with abundance, shift, and change. So have a look at all your answers from the above prompts and then work out, what physical action can I take now to, one, embody the energy that I want to embody for the rest of the year, because as we know, manifestation is an embodiment practice. And secondly, what action can you take to put yourself in that field of opportunity and possibility now? So what needs to shift? What is one action that you could take this week to start to work towards this version of yourself that you wish to embody within the remainder of 2023, or sooner, of course? So I really want you to write down some actions and commit to taking action this week so you can get this wheel in motion as we head towards the beautiful summer solstice. So there you have it. There is your mid-year check-in review. I really hope you have enjoyed this. And don't forget, I've also got my summer solstice video after this video and the summer solstice meditation. I'll link both of them below so that you can go away and really enhance this time of year, this energy with the beautiful summer solstice. The summer solstice is all about manifesting. So now you've done your check-in review, head on over and do that summer solstice ritual and meditation, because we're going to be sealing in those energy codes and we're going to be sealing in all the manifestation goodness and setting some beautiful intentions with the summer solstice energy. And just a reminder, it is on the 21st of June, a Wednesday, so it's coming up soon. But I really hope you have enjoyed this video and enjoyed doing your mid-year check-in. Please let me know how you get on. Let me know how you enjoyed it. What was your biggest breakthrough or aha moment? And what is your biggest takeaway from doing this? I would love to hear in the comments below. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fabulous week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be on Friday. Lots of love.